So those of you who do keep up with my channel already knew about this road case that I found the other day. I bought the road case and a bunch of extension cords for $200. Can you believe that? This is a 100-foot right here. 100-foot 12 gauge extension cord. Perfect for all the stuff that we're doing. Got 2 of those and a bunch of 50-foot, so that's gonna be great. And then this road case, we're gonna be using it for all our power cables, so all our extension cords, the power cons, all that stuff is gonna be in this road case. By the way, no more orange extension cords, it is only black. This is where I have my orange ones that I am no longer gonna be using. Right there. And then these are just a bunch of IE seat cables that I don't need anymore. Tons of those. Won't be needing those because my entire setup now consists of PowerCon. So those I'll probably be converting them to PowerCon, or maybe not, because the thickness on the wires are very thin. So I wouldn't trust those with moving heads. But anyways, what's up guys? It's Fiesta. Back with another video. We're gonna be doing something a little bit different for today. I'm inside my garage right now, back at home. My truck is back there. My trailer's right behind it. This video is kind of just to show you guys what exactly I have, because I've never really explained it in detail. And somebody in my last gig log asked me if I could make a video showing everything that I have, everything that I've invested, and some tips. So I'm going to be doing that. And by the way, this is the comment. I'll show it right here. Shout out to this guy. So enough talking. I'm going to take these 2 road cases back to the trailer, and then I'm going to start showing you guys everything that Fiesta DJ service has. Also, before the actual video starts, I do want to ask if any of y'all know how I can remove this white paint. I already tried alcohol, it didn't work. I want to remove the white paint but not damage the black plastic. So if y'all know how to remove this, let me know. I really want to do that. It's on every side. If I can't get it off, I'll probably just get a vinyl sticker with the logo, put it on top. So we'll do that. But if y'all can help me out, put it in the comments. As for my trailer, this is my 2021 Commander 24-foot trailer. It is a 24, and actually it ends up being a little bit over, probably like 25 with the tip because of the V. So about 25 feet by 8.5 wide by about 7.5 tall, I think. I don't remember exactly how tall it is, but it is pretty tall for a trailer. This is what hauls all my equipment. Inside I keep all my stuff. It is perfect for what I need it for. It gets the job done very well. Before this one, I had a 2018 or 2017 16-foot trailer. That one, I think it was a Lark. So that one was my first trailer. I started with that one. Eventually, we outgrew the trailer. We started getting so much equipment that we just couldn't fit it. So we upgraded to this one, and this one so far has been perfect. We've taken it to a bunch of other cities in Corpus, or cities in Texas, should I say. By the way, the logo is reflective, which is absolutely cool. It's so cool when you're driving with the trailer and then somebody's headlights shine on the logo and it just reflects back. So cool. But yeah, that's just something extra. Everything is actually reflective, all that, the numbers, but the logo, look at that, nice and reflective. Pretty soon I want to put some Linux on the floor, some of that bed liner stuff. That way it protects the floor, and you know, if it ever gets dirty, I can just hose it down. There's a lot of advantages to getting Linux, so I want to do that sometime in the future, but we will see. This LED lighting that we have inside, I installed it myself, as you can see, because of the terrible cable management. But me and my team are the only ones that come inside here, so it really doesn't matter. The lighting is awesome. There is 5 LED bars that all shine down, and it keeps the trailer nice and lit up. This one right here, I didn't end up hooking it up because I felt like this was enough. You know, back here there's still lighting. I might add it in the future just so that you can see right here, because you kind of gets dark about right here. So we'll see, but that's the trailer. Now we're gonna get to the equipment. I think I'm gonna start from the back going this way. So let's get over there. All right, we're now in the front of the trailer, or the back, whichever you want to call it. So here, we don't have that much stuff. Most of the heavy stuff is in the back, but we're gonna start with whatever I can see up here, and I'll describe it, tell you guys about it, and then we'll just make our way to the back. That road case right there has two QSC K12.2s. I have a total of 6 of them, so I have 3 road cases. There's that one. There's another one back here somewhere. That one right there, actually. And then there's that last one that's outside. So those 6 QSC K12s. Those are my tops that I use. I originally started with 2, and then I bought another set of 2. And then about a year after, I bought a 3rd set of 2 because I needed them for a gig with a band. And I just stayed with 6, so that's what I use. 4 subs, 6 tops. That's what I use for my larger events. Works very well for me, gets the job done. Eventually I do want to upgrade to some line arrays, so that's an option that we're looking at for the future, but I do plan on keeping these. If I do get line arrays, I'll probably just use them as monitors for whenever I have productions with bands, but that's the plan for those. Down there is my American DJ Entourage haze machine. That is my machine that I use for haze for all my events. And I do get a lot of comments about haze and about smoke and all that. A lot of the halls in Corpus do let us use haze, which is why you see me using it so often. I know that in other places haze really isn't allowed for the smoke detectors or for whatever reason, but it just so happens that here in Corpus they do allow it. So it's pretty cool that we get to use it. You know, it looks awesome with the beams. If you have beams, you know that you need haze or at least smoke. That way you can see the beams. So it's awesome to have that. Right here is my Nimbus that I use for my dancing on a cloud effect, my low-lying fog machine. I have one of them. I wish I had 2, but one does the job very well as well. So my Nimbus. Under the Nimbus, I have one of 2 road cases for my Colt Sparks. There's that one, and then there's that other one next to it. So my Colt Sparklers, those I bought them back in, I want to say June. Bought 4 of them. Might buy another set of 4, don't know yet, but have 4 of them. I bought them from a Chinese company for around 2,000. So there's those 4. Up next, I have 2 of the Duratruss DT Pro 4000 medium duty crank stands. These crank stands, they're rated for about 250 pounds each, so together you can hold about 500 pounds. I can hold my LED screen with these 2 and the truss and everything. So those are the ones that I use in the front when I do the big setup, and then I use my heavy crank stands in the back to hold most of the weight. So these get the job done. What I like about these is that the tip, the very top, is the exact same size as a speaker pole. So if I ever wanted to, I can use these as tripods, and they go up about, I think 10 feet, 11 feet, probably a little bit more. I want to say like 15 feet. They go very high up, so you can have your speakers, you know, very high up when you do a outdoor event where you need your speakers high up. That way you can get a long reach. These are perfect. Whenever I do outdoor events, I use 2 of these with 2 QSCs and either 1 or 2 subs, and I can easily do an event at a football field with 2 QSCs, and I have enough sound with these having them way high up. In this small road case right here, I have my mixer, my Behringer XR18, my X-Air mixer, my LED processor for my screen, and a power distributor box that I had made by a friend of mine here in Corpus. So that's all that is. These plastic boxes, you won't be seeing them much sooner because we have that road case, so we're gonna probably be moving everything in here to the road case, and I actually want to buy another one of those road cases, so hopefully I get another one. But I have a bunch of cables, you know, stuff for the trussing, anything like that, it's all there. So those are just miscellaneous stuff. This wood box that is right here, this is my LED robot. The LED robot, I've had it since 2018, so had it for quite a while. Works awesome, everybody loves it. I am the only one in Corpus with an LED robot, so it is awesome to be able to, you know, offer this service because people really do love it. If you have an LED robot, you know that your clients absolutely love them. When you tell them you have an LED robot, they get excited, they end up getting it because, you know, it's an awesome show. All right, moving backwards, here and here are my dual 18 bass boss subwoofers. So total of 4 of them. They are the SSP 218s. These subs are insane. I don't know what else to describe them. I don't know what else to say that can describe them other than just that they're insane. I started with one of them, and then I got a second one a little bit after, and then about a year after that I got another set of 2 and made it 4, and that's what we've been running with ever since. Then right here we have the LED screen that you have seen in many of my videos. This LED screen, when I bought it brand new, costed me about 14,000, I want to say, if I remember well. Bought it back in 2019. I've had it since then. Back when I first started with screens, I really didn't know much. I didn't know how to program them. I didn't know how to use them. It was completely new to me. But now, having, you know, a few years messing with them, I have improved a lot. Same with lighting. You know, as you practice and as you keep on going, you improve. So my LED screen, love it. I am selling it still, so let me know if any of you are interested. I do love it, but I want to upgrade, so it's up for grabs. This beautiful red box and these 2 beautiful red boxes are my Megalight Axis Beam 7R. These are 7R moving heads, just like I said. They are beams, bulb inside, not LED. Amazing lights. I bought these used from a production company in San Antonio. Had them since then, about a year now. I've been using them for a year. I absolutely love them. They are awesome. Now, I am selling them also. And I know, I hear what you're saying. I'm talking so highly about them, but I'm selling them. Yes, I know. The reason is, I will get to that pretty soon. But I am selling them, 6 of them, perfect condition. If you want them, hit me up. Right here in this road case, I have 4 American DJ Jolt 300 wash lights, which are my main wash lights that I use with my setups. This is my light of choice. Before these, I had very cheap wash lights by a brand called Solena. So I started with 6 Solenas. They just kept going out one by one. One would break, and then the next one, and then eventually I only had, I think, 4 that worked. So a friend of mine, he was selling these, and he had them for a very good price. They were brand new. He didn't even get to use them because he bought them right before COVID for an event. The event never happened, so he just had them there, and he sold them to me. So 4 of them, absolutely love them. I have them labeled right here by the number. So this is Jolt number 3. That means that in the setup you get 1, 2, 3, 4. This one goes on the 3rd part. Just for the programming, you know, I don't like changing the channels. I'd rather just know where it goes. Put it there and you're good to go. These are also branded with our logo for whenever we want to rent them out. The Jolts, the MB1s, and the K12s are all branded. They all have these stickers, and little by little we're adding those to everything. So we need to do the subs, the screen, everything. That way we can, you know, rent stuff out. But whenever we rent them, it's nice to know what belongs to us. For trussing, I really don't own that much truss. As you can see right here, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 truss pieces. I started with 3 8-foots, and then I bought 2 10-foot pieces, and that's what I've had for quite a while. These are my Global Truss ST180 crank stands. They are cable crank stands compared to those over there. Those use gears. These use cables. So these are rated for, if I remember well, 400 pounds each. So together you can hold a total of 800 pounds, which is well more than enough for the equipment that I'm using. So they're awesome. I love them. I use them for a lot of different things. I've used them for rentals, for small gigs, big gigs. They're pretty cool. Right here are my MB1 beams from Megalite. Awesome beams. I showed you in the last video. Those lights, I really love them. I bought 4 of them, and I just placed another order of 4 now that I sold my spots. So I sold 6 spots, which is what I had, and I bought another 4. So total of 8 plus the 6 7Rs, which comes to a total of 14 moving heads that we have now with the setup. Now, here's where the sale of these comes into the picture. The reason I want to sell these is because I want to have only these. I want to sell, eventually I want to sell these 6 and buy 8 more MB1s and have 16 of these, because it makes more sense to have all your moving heads of the same kind than have different kinds, because the color wheel can be different, the goba wheel can be different. For example, this one I think has a 8 facet prism, this one has a 16 facet prism, this one has 2 prisms, this one only has 1. So there's a lot of differences in the 2 lights, even though they're from the same brand. The colors on them also, they're sometimes not the same, so it makes more sense to have only one type of beam. By the way, these cost $1,000 plus tax, straight from Megalite. So if you're interested, go head their way. They're awesome, love them. 100% recommend these moving heads. These over anything else. These will beat out your Intimidators, your Vizzies, anything like that. These beat them out. And then the last piece of equipment that I haven't really shown in my gig logs because I rarely use it now is my power distro box that me and my dad made ourselves. We made it, by hand, the box, everything. So let me open it up and then I'll show you how it works, what is made up of it, all that stuff. And that way you can see how we can handle all this stuff in a venue. Now, in Corpus Christi, most, if not all, of the halls that we have here, they all have sort of this style of a distro box already installed to the venue. So I don't need to bring my box inside because they already have something like this with multiple breakers just for us, with plugs that we can use to plug in our systems. So this one, I only bring it out when it's a hall that, doesn't have that many plugs, or that, no plugs at all, because sometimes there's even halls that don't have any plugs, but they have a hookup point. So that's what this is for. I don't use it that often, like I said, because most of the halls already have something like this installed. But, you never know. Sometimes you may need it. So the way that it works is you have this super long, thick cord with your 4 cables. So you have your ground, your neutral, and then your 2 hots. So red and black are your hots. Green is your ground, white is your neutral. If you see green and white are put together because some of the boxes in Corpus, for some reason, the ground and the neutral are together in one. So you just put both of them together and that fixes that problem. I also have a couple breakers for whenever we're hooking up and the place, has a spot but it doesn't have breakers. So these are 60 amp. You have 2 breakers that are 30 amps, so 60 amps, and then this one is also a 60 amps. So, and actually this one I think is a 30 amp for both, so that's not great, but this is the one that I use mostly. This one I only use it in one single hall, but this is the one that I use more often. This is an older style, and then this is the newer kind that is in most venues here in Corpus, the Square D. So those 2, either way, usually don't need them because most halls, they just have the little thing where you unscrew it and then you put the wire it in, screw it back on, and you're good to go. So that's what that is. Now, the way that this works is you have eight individual circuits for your entire system. So you have one circuit here, another circuit here, another here, another here, and then you have 4 down here. So these 2 are a circuit, these 2 are a circuit, and then same thing, these 2 and these 2. The idea is that these 4 on the bottom are for your sound. The 4 on the bottom are for your heaviest things that you're using in your system, which is probably going to be your speakers. So what I do is 2 subs go on one, another 2 subs go on another one, 3 QSCs on one, 3 QSCs on another, and I can have all 6 QSCs on one circuit, but I'd rather just split it in half. That way, for example, you have everything plugged in, right? You're doing a show, and then one of your QSCs, one of your sides just decides to go out. So you're down 3 QSCs. Well, not to worry, you still have another 3 QSCs still working. So you can just come back here, turn it back on, and then you're good. But you never lost sound. You lost a little bit of sound, but not all of your sound. So that's something to keep in mind. These circuits right here are for the lights, the screens, anything like that. So one circuit goes to one set of lights, the other one goes to another set. One can go for the screen, you know, just stuff like that. So that's what that's for. But that is my power distro box right here. I think it's about 100 or 150 feet of wire for the box. So if I have a hall where the box is, you know, on the other side, I can easily run this and have it working. So that's what this is for. Very helpful whenever I have halls that don't really give us many options. So that's what that is. But all in all, that is my setup. That is my inventory. This is what I have. Like I said, I am 19. I started this company when I was 15. Now, that's not to say that I did everything on my own. I would not be where I'm at without the help of my dad. Okay, I totally forgot to talk about this earlier when I was outside, but I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it now and put it in the video here. That way you guys can know, and that way you can be aware of it. Me being 19, obviously I cannot afford all this equipment. It is an insane amount for me being 19 to be able to afford it, right? And I'm sure many people who know me or who have watched these videos have said the same thing to themselves. Yes, it is true. Me being 19, I probably couldn't afford this equipment on my own. So let me explain to you how I can. Now, before you go to the comments, before you start bombarding me with the daddy's money comments, that is not the case, right? This isn't a case of daddy's money. This is a case of daddy's help. When I was 13 years old, I told my dad what my dream was, what I wanted to do. I told him my idea, and my dad thought it was a good idea. The idea was that I wanted to be a DJ and I wanted to play at parties. My dad had always seen me since I was even younger than that. He had seen that I was always interested in music and specifically in DJing. He always knew that. So when I told him that, he said it was a good idea. He said that, okay, let's see what we can do. Eventually, he helped me buy my first pair of speakers. And then we went from there. Started very simple, 2 speakers, a little Chevy gig bar, and that was my first DJ setup. I was 15 when that happened. Now, the rest of the equipment that we own now, my dad helped me buy it, and eventually I paid him back. And over time, that's how we went. I would buy something, I would pay him back. Because obviously I didn't have the money, he would help me out with buying it, and then I would pay him back. It's kind of like a loan. He would give me the loan.
My father gave me a small loan of $1 million.
Get the equipment, and then I'd pay him back for the loan. That's kind of how it was. Now, at the point that we're at now, all of my equipment has been paid back. I don't owe any money anymore. Everything is paid for, and now I'm making money, right? So the first 2-3 years of the company, I wasn't making any money. Why? Because I was still paying back all this equipment. But now that everything is paid back, now we're making money. So, not daddy's money. This is not a case of daddy's money. This is a case of daddy's help. So, with that being said, my dad has helped me a lot. I have a lot to give back to him. So, shout out to my dad for always having my back. Team Fiesta, also, I would not be where I'm at without my guys. Rolando, Alex, Jay, Bryan, Christian. All those guys, they've been here for quite a while. Alex has been here the longest, Rolando second longest, Jay the third, Christian fourth, and then Bryan is the newest one. But all of my guys, even the guys that don't work for me anymore, that used to work, the OGs, Pablo, any of those guys, if you're watching, I wouldn't be where I'm at without all those guys. So I'm very grateful. I'm very blessed. I'm very lucky to have this much. I know that it's not easy. All of this stuff is expensive, super expensive. So I'm very lucky and blessed to be able to play with all this stuff at such a young age. But with that being said, this is the Fiesta DJ service inventory or arsenal. So I'm gonna end the video right here. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions about any equipment, I always get DMs on Instagram about just in general stuff. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, or you can DM me on Instagram. I'm usually always on my phone, so I'll get back to you pretty quickly. So yeah, that being said, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you with another gig log in March, because we don't have any gigs till March. It is very slow right now because of winter. It is 30 degrees. Nobody wants to throw a party in this weather. So we'll catch you in March.